About that.
A little more.
Oh yeah, a little better for the
Yeah.
angling. I like that. Cool.
Looks like we're on live here, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe we'll have some people that might want to join us or interact with us.
Absolutely.
I'm not really still sure how this whole live thing works out, honestly.
I
So
know.
what people are seeing,
It's a fun adventure.
yeah. Thirsty.
Yes. This is nice.
Like it?
I do. Yep. What kind of tea you have?
This is just green tea.
Okay.
I meant to put some creamer in it, but I didn't. So
Gotcha.
just,
Okay.
just sugar free.
Absolutely.
Green tea is really healthy.
It is. More natural too.
Mm-hmm.
Like Earl's Grey kind of stuff.
Yeah.
A little lemon and ginger.
It's good. It's a good tea.
It
It's
is.
like cured tea. Oh, you had some of it too?
No.
Okay.
I've had your concoctions before.
Yeah, that's good.
It's what the rappers call letting the beat breathe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, before you start talking.
The rappers, huh?
Yeah. The artists.
Well, we'll just have a conversation a little bit here today.
Absolutely.
See how it goes.
Yeah, this is nice.
Yeah, I need a standing desk.
Absolutely.
I just do.
Mm-hmm. Ergonomically better as well.
So, Chris, she was one of my students at North Shore Colleges.
Wow.
Hi, Akeem. Hi, Chris. I remember you. Chris, we had a great time in that class. That was one of the best classes I've ever taught for the college.
Wow.
It was really, really fun. I felt really bonded and connected with my students. And so Valentine's Day was great. And our family will share today had an event, right?
A big one.
It was a big event.
Major.
Family, right? Well, thank you for visiting with us, Chris. Anderson,
Yes, sir.
introductions.
Yes, introductions. This is conversations. What number?
I don't know.
5? I think it's safe to say this is the 5th one.
I think this is the 5th one.
Yes. So my name is Anderson Alston. What is your name, young man?
Akeem Alston, no longer a young man. OG, grandpa, right? Old guy now.
Yeah.
62 years, right? So I say 62 and you're 26, right? And so we're coming to you live from somewhere in Seattle, Washington.
Absolutely.
In my workspace. This is where I do a lot of teaching. Pretty soon we'll have a smart board on there.
Yeah, true. That's coming soon.
A lot of live mathematics on that board right there.
Absolutely.
So we just want to talk a little bit, and this is just about a father and a son, just talking about current events, their lives, what's going on.
Correct.
And just having a conversation. This is not how I grew up.
Right.
I didn't have these experiences, but my son's going to get a better start that I had in life because
absolutely,
that we're just able to have these conversations, come together and talk. Right. We got matching mugs today too.
Yeah, we sure do.
Okay.
Boom, boom.
And mine is supposed to go like that, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alston on the back, names on the front.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah. Okay.
Alrighty then. Let's go and get started.
Sure.
So, any celebrations, any achievements, any marriages, births, big things popping off?
Just yesterday, right?
Let's tell them.
I was minding my own business on the way to teach a math lesson, like
as you
ever do, right? And I get this text from this guy in San Diego.
Yeah.
Our daughter, right?
Yeah, correct.
Our daughter, our youngest sister.
Correct.
And her boyfriend proposed marriage to her on Valentine's Day.
Big deal, big deal.
Yeah, and it's on Facebook.
Yeah.
You know, and so
What was your initial reaction to that?
well, he had called me
That's respectful. That's
Before-
honorable.
and asked for my permission.
Correct.
Asked for her hand in
How did you
marriage.
feel in that conversation?
I felt respected.
Nice, nice.
yeah.
That's important.
And when-
How you say it's important the way you enter a family.
When it comes to my daughter, you can't just go over me
Correct.
or around me. You got to go through me. You got to talk to me. She's my daughter, right?
Absolutely.
And so when I met him, he and I spent like maybe an hour
Yeah.
in this space.
Correct. Correct.
Just talking. I've met his family. I met
Beautiful.
his parents, his grandparents. Comes from an amazing family.
Beautiful.
A real stand-up guy.
Quality. Huge
He's a
quality.
really good dude. I really, really like him. And
You don't feel that way about
No,
me. So
no,
that's big. That's
no.
big. That's big when
I
I
really-
because I know you.
No, I really, really liked him. And so he proposed marriage to her yesterday. I think in La Jolla. I guess that's the suburb of San Diego.
Yeah.
I don't know
Not
San
far from
Diego
where
that
they're at.
well.
Yeah.
So I don't think we have a date yet. And then your mom
Uh-oh.
and his mother
Yeah.
have been kind of getting friendly, right?
Right. And that's beautiful. You can't have it better when both parties and both extensions of said parties are getting along and joining on their own accord.
Yeah.
That's just setting it up for future success.
It wasn't like this. For
No, it was
me
not.
and your mother, right?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Father-in-law, daughter-in-law. It was terrible, right?
Right.
And I'm gonna put that on their generation. They
Respect.
really weren't really cool.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
never-
But you
So-
guys learned from that.
Yeah,
and did
so-
not
So we learned from it.
exactly move forward.
So he's really nice. But anyway, your mom
Mhm.
and his mom lives here.
Yeah, correct.
His family's from here.
Yeah,
So
not
they're-
even that far from
They're in
us.
San Diego, but he's from Tacoma.
Correct.
And so his mom and his grandmother
Right.
have lunch with your mother.
Yeah, she recently just told me
today.
that. Just
Yeah, so they got
20 minutes ago.
together.
Yeah. Beautiful.
So and I met his father. So
Quality
it's going to
still,
be
yeah.
really helpful for them, I think, as a couple,
Healthy.
when the adults, the older people, are intelligent,
Right.
well behaved,
Absolutely.
don't cause problems,
Absolutely.
and stay in our lanes, right?
Absolutely. That's huge.
It really is. So I'm not upset about it now, but
Right.
my mother and father were just like a train wreck to our marriage. They were a train wreck. And your mother could really never get along with
Yeah.
my mother.
And then the
especially
same
my
on the
father.
flip. Yeah.
It just wasn't good. The
Yeah.
in-law, it was terrible
Yeah.
because people just didn't know how to behave.
Correct.
I mean, you just got married, right?
Correct,
Am
correct.
I bothering you? Am I meddling in your
I haven't
marriage?
spoke to this brother since the last time we did this, and we don't. And then the way we communicate, it's never forced. It's never, oh, I'm calling him because I need something. I usually randomly call him, I randomly text him, hey, what's going on? But I haven't seen you since we did this last one. So that's why seeing you is super cool.
So I feel like that's better.
Beautiful. I like it too.
When you're grown,
Yeah.
and I'm already been grown,
Big time.
I can still be your parent.
100%.
But there's a way to parent grown people.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you the secret. Mind your own business. Keep your mouth shut. Stay in your lane.
Check.
Don't go on Facebook commenting and
And
blowing
you don't
up.
do any
I
of those
don't
things.
do it.
You don't do any
right?
of these things.
And I never give unsolicited advice.
Correct.
Only time you guys ever hear from me, Dad, you got to call me up and track me
Correct,
down.
correct.
I'm not
Correct.
chasing you down. What are
Correct.
you doing? What happened? It's none of my business.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And so to me, I should respect you all as adults.
Right.
And
As do I.
Yeah,
I'm never
right.
calling you trying to figure out what you like.
well,
just
you
trying to,
can. You
yeah,
can.
but I'm not hounding you. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to,
yeah. But see, here's
always
the,
be seen.
here's the thing that's a little different, right? You can come to my house. Any of our children can come
Absolutely.
to our house anytime,
Absolutely.
unannounced. You can do a drive-by and show up, right? You can do
For
that.
sure.
to
For
us.
sure.
I've never ever gone to any one of my children's homes without an invitation, without
Absolutely.
permission. I don't just show up.
Absolutely.
You can show up, and then when you guys show up, you can go in the refrigerator, you can
Yeah.
take stuff, and do whatever. But I don't
Taking out
come.
anything.
Yes,
Yeah.
because you guys are still our kids.
Yeah, you
right?
cultivated.
Yeah,
that.
but I don't do that to you.
Correct.
I don't do
Correct.
that. I don't do that.
A lot of people can learn.
So once Haley gets married,
That's the
all
whole,
four, right?
Yeah.
of-
How do you
of our
feel about
children's-
that badge? How do you feel about that achievement? How do you feel about that that milestone for you?
I never saw it coming. I never saw. Life happens really, really fast.
It happens like this.
It happens just like that. So I was really kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Right.
and then I'm like,
Yeah.
I said to your mother, I said,
Oh.
all of our kids now will have significant others. They're all married, and
Yep.
And so the older two, they have children.
Correct.
They're out of state and in state.
Correct. Correct.
Haley's out of state. You're here. You just got married.
Correct.
And, it's just different. It's really, really cool though.
Mhm.
I think being a parent
Mhm.
to adult children
Yeah.
is easy. Just
That's a W.
like that. Just it's easy. It's easy.
W.
Yeah. So we have some friends that are watching us here.
Absolutely.
Wow. Can I bring Jill on?
I think you can. Absolutely.
Audience is set to public, so anyone watching this can try it. I don't know.
Why not? Only one way to find out.
Gloria, she's probably gone now.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, but
That's all
anyway,
right.
I want to pay attention to this.
Yeah,
I want
yeah.
to see how it works. Right?
Absolutely.
Okay. What do we have here for conversation?
Okay. Do you have a fond memory of you and I from 5 days ago, 5 weeks ago, 5 months ago, from 5 years ago, a decade ago, that is very foreign to you? Something that you look back on and kind of smile whenever it comes to pass. I know I have a couple.
Yeah. I was thinking about this one. Incidentally, maybe today or yesterday.
Absolutely.
I remember when you went to high school. You're going to be a ninth grader,
Mhm.
and we sat down over in the den there,
Yep,
on the other
yep.
side of that door.
Yep.
Do you remember that conversation?
Vaguely.
Okay, so I sat you down. And I
Mhm.
said, "Oh my gosh, there's going to be this class called algebra. And we're going to do math.
Yeah,
Let
yeah.
me show you this." And you've been in all my math classes and stuff like that.
Right.
I'm like, let me just get you really coached up in algebra.
Absolutely.
And I was really excited because you're going to be going to school that fall. And
Correct.
you just didn't want to hear any of it. You just shut the whole thing down.
Sounds about right.
You were telling your mother, "I don't want to talk to Dad about math right now. I don't want to hear anything about this algebra thing in middle
I
school."
remember that.
And I said, "Oh, you don't
Want
want me to talk to you about algebra? You don't want me to be your math coach? Because that's
Yeah.
what I kind of do.
Right.
You don't really want me to do that?"
Right.
And you said, "No." I said, "Bro, I'm done.
Yeah, you checked out that day.
I'm out." I said, "That's
You
it."
checked out that day.
Right?
I mean, okay,
people,
yeah,
people tell me things one time.
absolutely.
Say it to me one time, that's for all time.
True.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
so
how you
that's
operate.
how it was.
Correct.
I didn't bother you anymore.
Correct.
But I mean, things worked out for you. And
True,
I was
true.
really proud of how you were in high school and you had to give this.
It was a speech, but it was a
speech.
but it was a
Yeah.
I can't think of the word. But yes, it was just to deliver a message.
Yeah, deliver message. I'm staff.
Correct.
Staff, your high
Correct.
school
Yes,
staff were there.
and it was staff at random. So
Yeah.
we didn't know prior to the
Mhm.
speech that
Mhm.
we didn't know prior to it that who was going to be on the panel.
Yeah.
So
And you were telling them about your high school experience.
I was telling about my high school experience. I was
Yeah.
telling them about after high school plans. I was telling them about who was pivotal, to get to this point in my high school career, and just how I feel of myself, as a person up until that day and age. But I felt like I delivered it very well.
It was a really great presentation.
Thank you.
I was really disappointed in the school
Yeah.
because they didn't give you what you wanted to get out of school.
Correct.
And I
Correct.
remember you talking about Jay-Z. You said he wasn't a
Yeah.
rapper, he's a businessman.
Correct.
And I also remember you saying something like you wanting to learn about entrepreneurship and,
Correct.
and how to make money. And
Correct.
those are conversations that they weren't having
At all.
at school.
At
And,
all.
and maybe they weren't ever going to have them for you.
Correct.
If you understand what I'm saying, right?
100%.
Right.
100%.
Because everybody on that wall was an entrepreneur,
Yes.
right? Once we got free from enslavement,
Yep.
nobody there really had a job.
You had to create
They created their own employment. So
from thin air.
you were in high school and you were expressing to them some disappointment in that the thing that you were really most interested in learning about,
Correct.
they never talked about.
Correct. And their rebuttal to that was, we had certain classes, and I told them I took every single one of them.
Miss me with that.
But it didn't go anywhere. It wasn't deep enough. It was, just very, very playful, lighthearted stuff.
Yeah.
And I really felt like they kind of dropped the ball on that one.
Yeah,
But
they did.
As for me, though, a really good father-son memory. I have thousands, but one I was very fond of was it was like a random. It had to be like Thursday, Friday. I don't know.
I'm opening the door. Listen to
Yeah, yeah, do you think? I had to be in fifth or sixth grade at the time, and I think you either took me out of school early, or we just didn't go to school. I didn't go to school that day, and we headed up to Crystal Mountain or Baker
Oh,
Mountain.
I vaguely remember that. I went snowboarding that day.
Yes, and then you were like, you told me the night before, but I didn't really peep what you were saying. You were like, hey man, lay your stuff out, just in case. Get your gear. You used to say that whenever we would go. Get your gear, lay it out just in case we go, so we have it. And then you were like, and then I think and whenever we would go on just the father-son snowboard trip, we would go early.
Yeah.
So we could hit the early passes. Yeah. We can get
get some night boarding in.
Yeah. And then we would stay like all day. Mm-hmm. We wouldn't come back to like dinner time. We come home, mom cooking already.
Yeah.
But I really like that, and it was just and I have pictures and photos from a couple of those outings. But it was just beautiful because it was like, like me and you could just chill. And it would just be laid back conversation. We're not too deep about nothing. We just, you know what I'm saying? Whenever we be up on the mountain, we just boys. We just kicking it. We just chilling.
Yeah, it's fun to be on the mountains.
It was just nice to be able to, like, one, get away from school, but then two, like, go and do something we both really wanted to do. Mm-hmm. And it's just fun. Mm-hmm. It's just fun.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And I did not remember it.
Yeah.
I think it was Crystal Mountain.
It was either we would either go to four. We'd either go to Crystal, Baker, Stevens, or Snoqualmie.
Yeah.
And sometimes when the season would first start, we'd hit Snoqualmie real quick, a little closer, and get a couple runs in. And then when we know where we got our swag back, we go up to the Stevens.
Yeah. The day that you're talking about, though, I took out of school early. I think that was Crystal Mountain.
Yeah, that all checks out.
Still went to Crystal that day.
That all checks out.
Yep.
All right, moving along swiftly. Any special traditions in the family? Anybody has passed away down? Anything that people have passed away down generations? Any recipes? Any family sayings? Any fond family memories? Anything that?
So let's see. Your grandfather.
Yes.
No. Your grandfather's father. So your great grandfather, Dr. Anderson,
correct.
Greatest man I ever knew in our family.
That's saying a lot.
He said, "It's a good old life if you don't weaken. It's a good old life if you don't weaken."
Did he mean that physically, mentally,
physically, emotionally?
Just however you can apply it. Okay, that's beautiful.
Yeah. So that was him just saying, "Stay strong."
Mm-hmm.
And
you've upheld that word.
Yeah, I believe
he will be proud of you.
You don't weaken, just stay strong.
Absolutely.
Years ago, I wanted to start some traditions. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And remember, I used to collect old firewood, from trees that fell down in the neighborhood, or whatever. And then I wanted you guys to help me stack it and everything. I'm cutting it. I got my chainsaw, whatever. You guys just complaining.
Yeah, we did. We did a lot of that growing up. We did a lot of that growing up. I could be honest about that.
And so I could have blew you up, right?
But you never did.
I didn't.
You never did.
I said, well, what if we do this? We'll have a celebration called
First Fire.
You remember, First Fire. And I said, we'll go to the market, get some food, have a pot of gumbo over there, and we'll take all this wood and have a fire. So we have a fireplace down here,
correct,
2 upstairs.
So
we'll have a fire, the first fire. Yep. And we'll make it a festive time.
Yeah.
It was like a fall event.
Yeah, like the beginning of fall is when we kind of did that.
Yeah. Beginning of fall, so it was called First Fire. And
absolutely.
So I tried to make it a fun thing, but I don't haul wood anymore. I'm done with all that kind of stuff. I remember that was really fun. But you're making traditions right now too, right?
Absolutely. The one we're currently in right now.
Yeah.
Bi-weekly, we meet up and have these conversations. Yeah. And I look forward to them.
So upstairs, your mother and your wife
are conversating,
cooking food,
cooking food,
we have
being
dinner
married.
After this is over.
Exactly.
Right.
So and that's something I enjoy. And then I love that she enjoys it too. She's like, "Isn't it that Saturday? We gotta go over there." I'm like, "Oh, look at you! Remember the dates and stuff." So yeah, I love it. I love it. It's a beautiful tradition.
So you spent Christmas with this year with your in-laws in
for the first
Spokane,
time,
right?
Correct.
Now,
weeks after getting married.
Right. Now, I didn't say, "Oh, why aren't you guys gonna be here with us for Christmas?"
True. You never pulled the string. You never put on the coattails.
Stay in your lane.
Respect.
Right.
Respect.
That. And so, you guys will have to establish your own traditions and how
Absolutely.
you want to do things.
Absolutely.
And don't be swayed by what I think, by
Same.
what I want, by
Yep.
what your mom thinks, what your mom wants.
Absolutely.
You two have your lives together. You really don't need me
Leave
telling
and
you
cleave.
what to do. Exactly.
Yep. Yep.
That thing.
Become
So,
one.
so make your own traditions, and that can be really, really fun. And they can
Yeah.
be corny,
And they should be
silly,
fun.
simple.
It should.
whatever,
It should be simple as, I don't know, getting a red shirt every 3
Yeah.
months. It's whatever.
Oh,
It's
right.
whatever. It's
Yeah.
whatever.
But we have traditions.
Absolutely.
And your mother and I, we're empty nesters now.
Does
So-
that feel weird as years, progress? Do you think about that? Just being just you and mom here now. Is it like, do you miss it? Are you glad it's gone and now y'all can have y'all time
truthfully,
to,
right?
you know?
This is like a big lot. We live on almost like a half acre.
Solid,
And
yeah.
we were cutting all the grass.
Yeah,
and
back in the
all
day.
landscaping,
Mhm.
and I don't want to do all that. So
Mhm.
to me, we should not be here anymore.
Yeah,
This house is too big for two
Yeah.
people. It's just too much.
right. But mom is gung ho.
Can't convince her, right? So I don't really. So she feels like she wants us to have this house because
This
she raised
is
her kids here.
so
But I'm
she-
like,
so she's
yeah, we
tied
did.
in.
We
We
did.
raised them.
We did.
We
So
raised
now let's
them.
downsize. So I was
Right.
I was hanging out with an elder yesterday.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he took me to lunch, and then he
Beautiful.
came after school to watch some of my math classes.
Nice.
I've known him for years, and so I drove to Madrona Park.
Yeah.
Huge house
Yep.
above the lake, right?
Yep.
And I said, bro, I'm here at your house. He's like, Akeem, we don't live there anymore. I said, what? They downsized to
Yeah.
a really nice house,
Uh-huh.
a smaller place, maybe
Absolutely.
like a condo.
Yeah.
something like that.
Probably 2/4
But
of
the
what they were
big
living
house
on.
he had in Madrona Park,
Mhm.
overlooking the lake, he said, we don't need all that for two people.
Yeah.
But
And people often think downsizing means, oh, we have to get a
No.
Shake Shack. We gotta
No.
do this. No. It just means
But-
more, what you can.
but I'm not allowed
Get
to.
to.
We're not allowed to downsize. So.
So what has been the ideas moving forward about not downsizing? Are you okay with that?
Yes, but it's not a whole lot I can do with it. So
Understood.
this woman who's recently engaged here,
I know that
Haley
person.
Austin, she's just gonna get. I don't know.
Can we bring her?
I don't know how to do that.
Does it jump it?
Do I have to
You have to be on Facebook?
wait? Maybe. I
Maybe
do.
we have to be on.
Okay, so
be on the book.
let me see if I can do it here. I'll do
There
it.
you go.
Here.
Stay locked
I don't
in.
know how this whole thing works anyway. 'Cause
That's all
I've
right.
never spoken to anybody in the audience, the 2 or 3 people in the world who might be listening to us.
Right. Never
Um,
know who's chiming in.
Let me see. So let me go to open up my Facebook page, see if I can kind of see. Maybe I have to do it from here. I don't know.
Ideally.
Yeah.
Click on your
Right.
there. Yep.
Wait a minute, it's right here
Oh yeah,
too.
there you go.
Okay. The Smoky Mountains in North Carolina are calling you. So
man back.
I love North Carolina. That's where your great grandfather was from.
Correct.
So that's our ancestral home. Jill Berman, I think Jill's gone.
Yeah.
Hello, my favorite Austins. Congratulations on your daughter's engagement. Really cool.
Thank you. Absolutely.
Happy about that.
You can click and
Manage that right there.
yeah.
It's not about here.
You can actually go to it.
Right there.
Yeah.
Then why would I do that?
Yeah, because I think that's how you can get into it and see what's what.
Huh. Oh,
Expand video.
right. Where's that at?
Oh, right below it. That drop down. Right
Okay.
there. And then I feel like we should be able to get to it through there. Oh, yep. Her comments on the side.
Yeah.
So I think the next person who chimes in,
Okay. All right.
play around with it. Oh, good.
What's up?
All right. Keep it rolling. Any ways that me and or you have been involved in local community, volunteering,
Oh my gosh.
supporting local businesses? We both
Yeah.
have and do
Yeah.
a lot of that, participating in community events. I can go first.
Yeah, go ahead. That's my life story.
Right, true. Growing up, like my elementary years, I'd be with mom, and she'd be volunteering her time, energy, and resources to city team. with the church that we used to be part of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so often
Helping the homeless.
Yeah, and I think it was like
Feeding the homeless.
correct.
Yeah, your mom was doing
Yeah,
that.
feeding, creating some care packages and things of that nature for homeless individuals.
I remember that.
And so that was going on for years at a time that she was doing that. But it wasn't just every weekend. It was maybe every like second Friday of the month,
maybe once twice a month,
something like that. But it would be like a all evening, lending of your time. And so we would, I would come home from school, kind of wash up, change, and then I go with her, and then we wouldn't be coming back till like 10, 11 o'clock some nights. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And but I actually genuinely enjoyed it. I find a great reward in being helpful. I find great reward.
That sounds very corny.
I often say I have a lot of sayings as well, but I kind of keep them up top, locked in. But I have one: useful over useless. And it's like I say that to myself, and it's very simple. It just means be seen being helpful, be seen being encouraging, be seen. The biggest blessing is to simply be one. And I love just being helpful. It could be as simple as teaching a little kid how to tie his shoe. It could be as simple as helping the old lady, get to her seat, whatever it may be. The elderly lady, not as old, but just elderly lady, get to her seat. Asking somebody before you sit down, hey, did you need something from the kitchen? Just be seen being of service. Because I feel like as long as I'm drawing breath that is given to me, being gifted to me, I should use it to help others. And I've always felt like that.
From? You just sound like a good guy.
Thank you. But I just feel like
I wasn't like that when I was your age.
And you told me.
Yeah, I wasn't like
that.
But
I just think I think the realest currency that we have as humans, as long as we're down here, for the time that we're down here, is the way we treat others. I don't feel like there's anything more important than that.
Wow.
I really don't. Wow. And I feel like the way people go about their day in society, they'll bump somebody and they'll just keep walking. I'm like, yo, I'm a human being. I'm standing right here. And I just don't do that. I'm quick to go, my apologies, sir. Didn't see you. Excuse me, miss. You dropped your keys. Excuse me, can I get that for you? Hold open the door.
Deference.
And when you're nice to people,
yeah,
you can tell that you're the first person who was nice all day to them. Because they go, oh my goodness. And it could be as simple as, oh, excuse me, hold open the door, whatever it is.
You know what rude, ill-mannered people like? People who are courteous and well-mannered with them.
Right.
They like that. You really can't make a mistake being kind.
A gentleman.
And gentleman.
And I always say gentleman first.
Yeah.
Gentleman first.
Absolutely.
Everything, gentleman first.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But that was my whole spiel right there. Anything that you have to say about the your involvement?
Well, I'm always in the community.
True.
I volunteer.
So I've
been volunteering in the community every Saturday, teaching mathematics for 15 years.
True.
During COVID, we were here for 2 years virtually, but now I'm still back in person with the students, and so I had a bunch of kids today, about 15 kids, and all we talked about the whole time were the unit circle, pi, rational fractions, how to find the center of a circle without folding it. Right,
that's some heavy stuff.
Yeah,
that's some big stuff.
A lot of stuff, right? And this is in preparation for what might happen in their classroom at school. Because I know the school.
Right.
About pi. So pi day, 3.14, all that kind of thing.
Right.
Well, that's March, the 3rd month, the 14th day. Correct. So I'm going to give them some deeper insights instead of just saying 3.14, Right. That's okay.
Give them some
but can you understand circles? Can you see the unit circle? Can you understand degrees, radians? So all those conversions, we just really messed around with circles. It was fun. We sat there and did that for 2 hours.
What was their reception to it?
These were kindergarten through 10th graders.
That's a cohort right there.
In that one room.
Yeah.
Now, I wasn't going to go down the hall and break them up. I said, I'm just going to stay here.
Do it how we used to do
We made drawing compasses with my drill and craft sticks. We have circular geo boards. It was really, really, really fun. So, I volunteer and do that every Saturday from 10 to 1 p.m. And I come home and I gotta take a nap.
Whenever you're doing those type of activities with the children, do you ever grasp onto to the possibility that they you could be giving them a moment that they would pull from in their later years and say, oh, that Mr. Akeem, that Mr. Austin, he was whoa, I remember that day he came in with the drill and we did the. Do you ever foreshadow that way that a child could be looking at that day, that lesson, that time spent with you could be something that they could look back on and have fun memories
I
of?
hope so. I think so.
Yeah.
I want to make it memorable for them all the time.
Absolutely. And you do a great job of
all the time. And I want to be the teacher for my students that I never had growing up. I want to be the teacher that I always wanted to have and never did have the opportunity to have had as a kid. So that's all it is for me. I'm really close to my students, whether they be adult students, elementary, middle school, high school. I'm always really close to my students, and I think so. We have a bond, and it's fun. It's not really work. It's not a job. It's not a vocation. It's an avocation. It's something. It's what I'm called to do, and I like it. I don't think anything much about it. We just play math and have fun on a Saturday.
Huge.
Saturday Math Academy.
I love it. All right, switching to a even more positive focus. Current events. We had the Super Bowl on Sunday. This past Sunday. What'd you think about that?
So I was all in with the Eagles, right?
Yeah. I was telling people
Eagles weeks prior, right? Those Talons are gonna.
I said them Eagles. They got it. They're not losing this one this year.
And so
at all.
For me, I never really thought the Kansas City Chiefs were that big of a deal this year. They won. They got to the
correct.
The thing, right? They weren't blowing people out.
They were losing. They were winning games by like 2 points, one touchdown, one field goal.
And then to me, I just thought they were kind of soft.
And it kind of showed to be
kind of soft.
The conclusion on Sunday.
And so the Eagles hit them in the mouth.
Right? Out the gate.
Yeah.
Out the gate.
I knew it was going to be a beatdown. I was kind of tired though. So, I was kind of.
I know. I actually took a nap for a little bit of the second quarter, and I woke up 24-0. I said, "Good Lord!" I said, "My goodness!"
But when it was 30 something to maybe,
okay, let's shut the lights off.
Well, I said, "What if the Chiefs can come back?"
They're not Tom Brady.
What if the Chiefs can come back? I said, this way in the fourth quarter.
Right. I was thinking is that
this
even
would be the greatest comeback in the history of all?
That would solidify him as possibly being the best quarterback of all time. They would give him that. They would give him
Hall of Fame. That was me being facetious. I wanted to, and the points that they did get were in garbage time. So it was basically they were beaten from the start. It was nothing. It was never a contest because they were up against a team that were just really kind of dogging them.
They have the best defense.
Yeah, it was,
and the offense didn't even have to work that hard.
It was men against boys.
Absolutely, and you saw who was who.
Yeah,
and you saw who was who.
Yeah, the Chiefs got exposed.
Absolutely. Did you were you able to catch the halftime show at all?
All right, so I have a history with halftime shows.
Yes, you do. Let the people know. Please let them know.
My goal in life when I watch Super Bowl is to never watch a halftime show. I want to see football,
right?
And all the cutesy little stuff. I don't really care. I'm not condemning it. I just don't care.
It's not your
I want to see football.
That's fair.
That's just me, right?
That's fair.
But during the halftime show, I said,
this was one of them ones.
Well, let me just take a minute to take a nap. I think I probably turned it off.
You probably did, and then revisited in 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah. I didn't even see the halftime show.
Yeah.
I think I missed one for all time though. Did you see it?
Yes. Starting out, Michael Jackson's halftime show decades ago, that reached 133.4 million people. Kendrick Lamar's this year reached 133.5 million. So he surpassed them by what percentage would that be, Mr. Austin?
What percent? I didn't hear the numbers.
133 million point 5.
Well, forget the million.
133.5. 133.4.
I don't care about 0.4. 133 versus what?
No. It's both 133, but it's 0.4 and 0.5. That's the difference.
That's a tenth.
Okay, boom. Nothing. Okay, there we go.
No difference at all.
Exactly. I'm just catching you. So this was one that's going to be talked about for generations, for decades to come, because he took that time to not only give, in my opinion, probably the best Super Bowl halftime performance that we will see for another 10, 20 years.
It was all that?
It was all that and then some. It was the outfit, it was the music, it was the energy, it was his breath control, it was the statement that he made with Samuel Jackson portraying himself as Uncle
Uncle
Sam.
Sam. I saw some.
That
clips.
was slick. That
I,
brother
didn't,
was
I
slick.
saw clips. I
And
didn't see.
so,
Yeah.
and so, I've heard a lot of takes on it. You know, some positive, some negative, some very negative. But mine have been all been positive because you know, he held space for people that look like you and me, and oftentimes, you know, we're put to the back of the room, back of the class, back of the bus, if you will. But he stood on business in a way that when I see the brother, if I ever get a chance to meet him, I just want a handshake and a hug. I don't even want. I mean, do I want a feature? Of course, I want a feature, but nah, that was something special. That was something special.
So I need to go see it, but I mean,
Yes.
again,
and
I
you can
just
watch it
don't-
YouTube,
yeah.
Apple, wherever. Yeah,
Like it's me with like Emmy Awards, Grammys,
yeah,
music awards.
and then Grammys.
I don't-
the week
I
prior.
just don't
this
care
past
about people
Sunday,
celebrating themselves like that.
This
I don't
past
really care
Sunday
about
was a
it.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The Sunday before that, he won 5 Grammys.
Mm-hmm.
He won the Grammy for every category he was nominated for.
So our cousin Scott Smith down there in Greenville, South Carolina, right?
Yep.
He liked what you were saying about helping, and helping
Wow.
is rewarding. And I can't help but to help.
Yeah.
Right? That's what he said.
Yeah.
Cousin Scott said that.
Yeah.
Scott's
that's
been
perfect.
here.
Yeah.
And I
Good
stay in
dude.
Scott's house, right?
Yeah. You sure do.
And just for the record, Scott is not black.
Correct.
Right? Scott is white. I have cousins who are white, right?
Yes.
They've been in my house. I
Yeah.
love them. I mean,
Absolutely.
no problem, right?
Thick as thieves.
And this is what's really cool about our country too.
Mhm.
I mean, because we have history together, and we just need to kind of, you know, love each other if that's possible.
It's very
But,
possible.
yeah, I think
it's
so.
very possible. It's neat.
But so Scott also likes to help people because he's a technical guy,
okay.
and so he's an audio, visual, movie producer
Yeah.
kind of a guy.
Wow. Okay.
So I'm going to ask
Go
him
hands
some
on.
questions about improving our setup here. When I
Okay.
go
I'm
see
sure
him.
he would be more than.
And I do need to get down there. I was telling your mother I need to go see my
Yeah.
my
You've been
my
talking
Smith
about that for the last couple
cousins
months.
in the Carolinas here
Mhm.
this spring.
Mhm.
Before the summer, I got to get to North Carolina. South
Absolutely.
Carolina.
All right then. That's beautiful stuff, by the way. Any hobbies? Any interests? Any passions? Any?
Hobbies. So I wanted to ride my bike, but I'm like, oh, it's just so cold.
I know,
gotta
I know,
go
I know.
out there. But then I don't want to be one of these fair weather riders. I want to actually ride my bike, you know, all the time.
Yeah.
So I want to get my bike outside and start riding before spring while it's still cold.
Okay.
I also want to take my kayak out
Yeah.
and get on the water
Okay.
before it gets really, really warm.
Yeah. I thought you like to do it when it is really warm.
I do want to do it when
Okay.
it's warm, but those are things I like to do.
Just regardless.
Yeah, but
Okay.
also I don't want to be the type of dude that, oh, I can't ride my bike.
Yeah,
because it's
true.
cold.
Yeah.
You
You
know,
don't want.
I
Yeah.
don't-
You don't want the. Yeah. You want to be the thermostat, not the temperature.
Yeah, Scott says our connection is a little bit blurry, so he's
Okay.
telling us right now. So we'll
Okay.
have to fix that. But
Okay.
I think when it's done, it's supposed to kind of
It'll
clear up.
Yeah.
It will.
It'll chisel out.
Yeah, that's what they're telling us.
Okay. Any faith and inspiration? How does faith play a role in your life?
No,
how
I'm
is
a
it
person of
relevant?
Faith. I'm a believer in Jesus Christ. I'm a
Absolutely.
Christ follower.
Absolutely.
To me, to say I'm a Christian, sometimes these days, I'm like, I almost have to qualify it because I'm not like you.
Yeah.
And I see too many people who say they're Christians, and this is me judging by his faith, but
Right.
I just don't like people who espouse hate
Yeah.
and then they run to the cross. That's kind of
Yeah,
a problem
yeah.
with me. Mahatma Gandhi is reported to have said, I like your Christ, but I don't like your Christians.
And he
Right.
said that a long
time ago. So I mean, I'm not a Bible thumper. I don't
Right.
beat people up with anything.
Respect.
Because I just think in this country we do have freedom of religion. We do have separation of church and state,
Very true.
and that should be okay.
Very true.
But I am a person of faith. I don't know how I would have lived through a lot of the hell and turmoil and difficulties that I've endured since birth, really, if I didn't have faith and hope.
Absolutely.
Right? And so, yeah, that's me for faith. I come from a long line of preachers. I'm not one of them.
They wanted you to be for a little bit there.
People talked about it, thought about it.
You give
but,
sermons every now and again back in the day.
Yeah, but based upon the examples that I saw growing up, which weren't good.
Yeah. That was something you purposely steered away from.
I got turned off
Yeah.
by clergymen almost at the start of my life.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
But I do believe in Jesus Christ.
That's
I
beautiful.
do.
That's important. It's true.
But all the stuff that people want to go along with it, I mean,
Yeah.
just dismiss me with it all.
You can't group it together.
No. And I don't even describe myself as a religious person. I'm
You
not
wouldn't.
religious.
Like you said in
I'm
the first
not.
conversation,
I'm
you
not.
you didn't raise us religiously
I'm not. I believe in
because
God.
it's a
but I mean,
relationship.
all that. I think too much religion is stuff that people decide what it is and create their own thing. And
Correct.
I just don't want to get with it. And I want to change the subject because I don't even like talking about that stuff.
Understood. As we shall. Relationship advice, father son perspectives. Any?
Oh, I have a book.
Yeah. All right. We want to hear it. We want to hear it. We want to hear it.
So I'm reading a book, which I will not name. I'm reading this book right here. Won't even name. I'm just gonna read some things, and you can respond, right? To
Okay.
some things I'm gonna read to you.
Yes, sir.
But this week when I was thinking about this conversation,
Absolutely.
the word destiny just kept coming up because I've been on my path. I've been heading my direction.
Yep.
I think maybe perhaps it's the case that you haven't yet found your path
Right.
or your calling or the thing that's going to be definitively your life's work.
Correct.
Say it's safe to say that you probably have not found that yet.
That's fair to say.
And that's okay.
It is.
Right? Because
some people don't find it in the 20s and the 30s. Some people find it late 40s, early 50s.
I was 30. I was 33
when
I started teaching.
Right.
Right. I had been done other things before that.
Absolutely.
Military.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. So then something happened and then I found it. But here's what I want to say to you, right? Mm-hmm. Your destiny is not a destination. Your destiny is not a destination,
right.
A to B. It's not really that.
Right.
It's a direction. So you want to be heading every decade of your life in the right direction. Because you can't fulfill your ultimate destiny, whatever that is,
right.
if you're going the wrong way.
Right.
Something will happen in your life that I call a definitive moment,
right.
or definitive event, or something will happen to cause you just to kind of know what you really want to do. What's that thing burning down deep inside of you?
Right.
It's just calling you to do something or to be something or fulfill something. But I saw this passage in this book and I want to read a little bit to you. Okay?
Absolutely.
Here we go.
Yes, sir.
Sooner or later, something seems to call us onto a particular path. You may remember this something as a signal or a singular calling in childhood, when an urge out of nowhere, a fascination, a peculiar turn of events struck like an annunciation. This is what I must do. This is what I've got to have. Remember in 1990, well, you weren't alive then, but in 1993, I've told this story. A little girl was shot to death. She's a friend of our family. She was 9 years old. And I raised the money to bury that child before there was GoFundMe.
Correct. Way before.
I handled all of the funeral arrangements for the family.
You said it took you 3 weeks to get
it. Took me 3 weeks to raise a measly $3,500 to bury this 9-year-old girl who was shot to death. And when I recovered from that pain and agony, I said, I'm going to stop all this other stuff that I'm doing in business and start teaching and educating people in the community. Because maybe a guy who has hope won't pick up a gun and recklessly endanger a mother and child that causes the death of the child. Right? Intelligent people don't do that in most cases. People who have hope don't recklessly endanger the lives of children. You just don't do that.
Correct. At all.
That day that I heard that little girl was shot to death was a Sunday. That Monday, I was at the family's house. My life has never been the same since then. It was a definitive moment, a pivotal moment in my life that put me on the path and the trajectory that I had been on for the last 31 years. If not this vivid and sure and certain, the call may have been more like a gentle nudging, a gentle pushing in the stream in which you drifted unknowingly to a particular spot on the bank. Looking back, you sensed that fate had a hand in it. A calling may be postponed or avoided or intermittently missed. You don't want to miss those definitive moments and act accordingly.
Have to be present.
You have to be present and awoke and aware of what's going on in that moment or in that season of your life. Because something could happen that's going to be, it might even be an ugly event like it was for me. Correct. But then how do you respond to it?
That's all that matters.
How do you rebound? How do you move forward because of it?
Yeah.
right? And then that can positively not only impact your life, but cause you to
Ripple
positively
effect.
impact the lives of so many others. I've taught thousands of students all across this country for
Absolutely.
over 30 years. And the only reason I became a teacher was because I saw something that happened that impacted me on that day. And I realized that that was something that was saying to me, I got to be a different person and do something differently for our community for the rest of my life. So
Absolutely.
I know my path. I've been on it a long time. I don't think you know yours yet. And that's not a bad thing.
Not at all. Thank you very much.
So just know that your destiny is not a destination, it's a direction. But you got to be going the right way.
Yes, sir. Very well spoken. Very well said. Music, movies,
Yeah.
books. You obviously share
I
one
just
of
got a
those
book
out
right
of
there.
the
Yeah.
three. So
There's
that's
a book there.
one for three. Any music you've been on? Any movies you've seen that you liked that you want to review?
No,
Any
I
movies
haven't
coming
seen
out?
any, I haven't
You
seen
thinking
anything.
about?
I haven't seen anything in a while.
Yeah,
I don't know what's out there. I do want to see Denzel Washington's Gladiator too, though.
that is good.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, it's on Paramount.
Okay.
That's a
You'll be on to
bad.
watch it?
No, I watched it in theaters, and then I watched it again when they put it on Paramount.
I want to see that.
It came out originally in November of last year, and they put it on Paramount in the past weeks and prior weeks. That's a good movie. They did a poll on his like top 10 most grossing films. This is number one now.
Really?
Yes, you wouldn't believe the five, but that's number one. Gladiator 2. He's cold stone killer.
Is he a villain?
He is.
Nah.
But nah. I'm not even gonna talk too much about it. Give you too much about it. You would love it. You sit down, get you some popcorn, get you some more green tea, and you're gonna love it. You're gonna
Let
love
me
it.
circle back to Samuel L. Jackson.
Okay.
So he was in the Super Bowl, right?
Yes.
Uncle Sam, right?
Yes.
Did you ever see the movie Django Unchained?
Yep, I sure did.
Samuel
Came
L.
out
Jackson
2012.
played a dude who was not
Who
cool.
nobody liked.
He was not cool, right?
And that type of character of that day was a real type of
He
character.
really was. And he was brutal to black people. He's a black actor. He's a black person, and he's just terrible to
and he
black
played
people.
that role so well, people thought he wasn't playing.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I got mad at Samuel L. Jackson
For a while.
years.
Yeah, you didn't watch any
because of that role. Right?
I think you're not alone on that.
I was like, Samuel, why? Look, bro, I thought you was
you thought you down.
an actor. I get it, right?
Yeah. That's how well he acted that he made you not like him in real life for about 2 to 3 years.
Well, it's not that I really didn't like him. I was just looking at him like,
yeah, you look at him with a
you were that guy.
Yeah.
So in the movie, he was called Steven.
Yeah.
So I was just calling Samuel L. Jackson. He was like, Steven. I like him as a person. I'm just saying,
absolutely.
But that role just really, it just hurt me.
Yeah.
That speaks to how great of an actor he is.
Exactly.
But I think if I go take a look at Uncle Samuel L. Jackson,
you'll regain. You'll come back to the you come back to the to the light.
Back to center, yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Gratitude, appreciation. Anything that how do you show gratitude to others, your family?
Gratitude is my attitude. It sounds corny,
but that's real.
Yeah,
I'm
one of the most grateful people you're ever gonna find. I'm always grateful. I'm always thankful.
Same. I'm easy to please.
I start my day giving thanks, for my life, my health, my strength, my ability to come and go.
Amen.
I thank God, the universe for that.
100%.
And I'm always telling people thank you.
Yes, I lead with that.
And during the pandemic, December the 2nd, 2020, I lost my closest friend. We were friends for 28 years. We're even closer than brothers. Our hearts were just knit together.
Mm-hmm.
He died during the pandemic.
Absolutely.
And so I said after that, if you love somebody, and I always told him I love him. We as men, we always tell each other how much we love each other.
We have to.
We express gratitude. So but expressing gratitude, I think, is healthy. It's helpful. I think I've heard people say that it will extend your life.
I was just about to say that.
It's just a way of thinking.
Yeah.
You really need to be grateful. And I've always been like that.
100%.
It didn't matter if things were going for me or against me.
Absolutely.
Just have some gratitude.
Have to.
Oh, I think we're getting close
We
here.
covered all
Yeah.
bases.
Yeah. So shout out to my daughter in
Yes.
San Diego, who's engaged. She has a ring on her finger, put a ring on it, right? All that kind of thing. I'm excited about that.
Absolutely.
I'm happy for our family, our
Yes,
children,
sir. Yes, sir.
our grandchildren.
Yes, sir.
We got a granddaughter. I think she's 5 months old. I haven't
Yeah.
seen her yet. I gotta get the text to see
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
She's a ball of chocolate.
Yeah, she sure is.
She's a
Beautiful little
child.
thing. Beautiful
So,
little thing.
I don't know. I've come a long way,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I got a lot further to go. So
You get to see the
thank
fruits of your
God for
labor
that.
on,
Yeah, yeah.
on this
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
On this side.
I'm happy. Well, thank you.
Thank you,
I
sir.
think some food's upstairs for us. Your wife and your mother has some victuals prepared, so let's go have that.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All is well.